In the world of professional football, where dreams are forged on the gridiron and heroes are made through sheer determination and raw talent, few stories capture the heart quite like that of Marshawn Kneeland. At just 24 years old, Kneeland was on the cusp of what promised to be a stellar career with the Dallas Cowboys, a team known for its storied legacy and unyielding pursuit of excellence. His journey from a small-town high school standout in Michigan to a second-round draft pick in the NFL was nothing short of inspirational, a testament to the power of hard work, resilience, and an unquenchable thirst for success. But in a heartbreaking twist that has left the sports world reeling, Kneeland's life came to a sudden and devastating end, revealed through a police investigation as an apparent suicide following a high-stakes car chase. This incident, unfolding in the quiet suburbs of Frisco, Texas, has not only stunned his teammates, family, and fans but also ignited broader conversations about mental health in the high-pressure realm of professional athletics. To truly understand the magnitude of this loss, one must first trace the arc of Kneeland's meteoric rise. Born and raised in the heartland of America where football is more than a game, it's a way of life, Marshawn discovered his passion for the sport early on. During his senior year at his Michigan high school, he wasn't just a player, he was a force of nature. Statistically speaking, his performance was eye-popping. 110 tackles on defense, a whopping 8 sacks that terrorized opposing quarterbacks, and on the offensive side 20 receptions for 330 yards along with 5 touchdowns. These numbers weren't mere digits on a stat sheet, they were the building blocks of a young man's destiny, showcasing a versatility that made scouts salivate and coaches dream. Kneeland's ability to dominate on both sides of the ball marked him as a rare talent, someone who could disrupt plays with ferocious intensity while also contributing explosive plays offensively. It was clear even then that he possessed the kind of athleticism and football IQ that doesn't come around often, a blend of speed, power, and instinct that screamed future star. As graduation loomed, Kneeland's commitment to Western Michigan University felt like the perfect fit for a kid from the Midwest who wanted to prove himself step by step. College football, with its grind of practices, film sessions, and the relentless pursuit of improvement, became his proving ground. Over 4 grueling years he amassed 149 tackles and 12.5 sacks, numbers that painted a picture of a player who was always around the ball, always making an impact. But statistics only tell part of the story. What set Kneeland apart was his legendary work ethic, a quality that his coach, David Denham, often highlighted in interviews and team meetings. Denham recalled how Marshawn would show up at the team's facilities long before the sun rose, hitting the weight room or breaking down game footage until his eyes burned. That's when you started to see the gradual separation between him and some of the other guys, Denham once said, emphasizing how Kneeland's dedication wasn't just about physical prowess but about mental fortitude, the kind that turns good players into great ones. In an era where distractions abound, Kneeland's focus was laser-like, a beacon for his teammates and a model for aspiring athletes everywhere. The pinnacle of this journey arrived in the 2024 NFL Draft, a night etched in the annals of Cowboys history. Selected in the second round by Dallas, Kneeland's name being called sent ripples of excitement through the football world. Team owner Jerry Jones, ever the showman, pulled him aside during the post-draft presser and declared, "Marshawn, we're gonna put a star on that helmet." It was a moment of pure validation, the kind that every draft hopeful lives for. For Kneeland, stepping into the professional arena meant more than just a paycheck or fame. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, as he humbly put it, his voice steady but his eyes wide with the weight of the opportunity. Transitioning to the NFL isn't easy, gone are the college comforts, replaced by the cutthroat reality of making a 53-man roster. Yet Kneeland approached it with the same blueprint that had carried him thus far: physicality, speed, high effort, and an unrelenting motor. "I'm going to be the same type of player I've always been," he assured reporters, underscoring his commitment to consistency in a league where one bad snap can end a career. Over the course of nearly 2 seasons with the Cowboys, Kneeland proved he belonged. In 18 games including 4 starts he racked up 26 tackles and 1 sack. Modest by veteran standards but impressive for a young edge rusher still learning the nuances of pro ball. His presence on the defensive line added a fresh layer of disruption, forcing quarterbacks to account for him on every down. Teammates spoke glowingly of his energy in the locker room, how he'd rally the unit during tough practices or share laughs to lighten the mood after a loss. Off the field, Kneeland was building a life in Plano, Texas with his girlfriend, Catalina, who became his rock amid the whirlwind of NFL life. Friends described him as grounded, the type who still called his mom after every game, win or lose. And just days before tragedy struck, Kneeland etched his name further into Cowboys lore by scoring his first career touchdown, a milestone that had him beaming on the sideline, helmet in hand, soaking in the roar of the AT&T Stadium crowd. It was the kind of moment that symbolizes breakthrough, a signal that brighter days lay ahead. But beneath the surface of this promising narrative lurked shadows that no one saw coming. On the evening of November 5, 2025, what began as a routine traffic stop spiraled into chaos. According to the detailed press release from the Frisco Police Department, Texas Department of Public Safety troopers initiated a pursuit after a vehicle evaded them, the chase weaving into the city limits of Frisco around 10:39 p.m. The high-speed drama unfolded on the bustling Dallas Parkway, a major artery in the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex, where rush-hour remnants still lingered in the cool night air. Troopers lost visual on the vehicle momentarily, only to locate it moments later, wrecked near the intersection of Warren Parkway. The driver, a male who would later be identified as Marshawn Kneeland, bolted from the scene on foot, vanishing into the suburban darkness. What followed was a textbook law enforcement response. Officers cordoned off the area, deploying K-9 units and drones in a sweeping search that stretched into the early hours. The perimeter was tight, the tension palpable as first responders combed the wooded edges and quiet residential streets for any sign of the fugitive.